Hello and welcome back. I just finished eating some lunch, and that's why I had to end the last video. Let's continue our work to find the Sylph Elder. You look to be a doughty sort. Perhaps I could trouble you with a task. Recently, I shared a flagon with a merchant from Ul'dah, who regaled me with her tales of dangers from the road. Worst of all, as she had it, was the ferocious beast that nigh gored her within an ilm of her life just when she thought she'd reached the forest's safe embraces. What manner of beast, you say? You'll not believe this, but it was an antelope. Yes, I doubted mine own ears when I heard the tale, but 'twould seem a most ill-tempered strain of the beast roams the land south of the Druthers of late. You might recognize them by the scars they bear from frenzied battles with man and fellow beast alike. Probably has those rabies. Sorry about that. One last thing. I would give you this freshly made bowl of sparhawk egg soup to aid in your battle. You may chuckle, but the spices contained within are known to sap the energy of these plant-eating beasts. Now go carefully, and don't let those doe eyes lull you into a false sense of security, lest the next ale you down spill freely from the myriad holes in your body. That glint in your eye. You're no stranger to violence, are ye? Got a job for a hard lad like ye, I have. Run along to the river east of here, and get me 3 smallmouth orobon, will ye? They've been gobbling down all the fishies what Buscarin serves us for our dinners, and we can't have that now, can we? Come back to me dirtied up with fish guts, and I'll see you're treated with a proper Druthers regular. I'm gonna double check real quick, make sure everything is recording all right. It would be a bit silly to start doing a whole bunch of quests and not be recording. Oh look, a wench. Ooh, what does she have? Oh man, she sells food. That sounds good. Antelope stew. A thick, flavorful soup made by simmering a variety of wild vegetables and antelope meat over low heat for several hours. Stone soup. This vegetable soup is made cold and then heated by inserting a scalding rock. Grape juice is always good. No word on the Sylph Elder yet, but I'm sure it's only a matter of time. In the meantime, how about doing a favor for old Buscarin in return? Right then, let's put you to work. There's a customer outside who's spoiling for a fight, and I need you to cool him off for me. No need to go cracking any skulls, though. Just take this tub of cold water and douse the drunkard. Tends to do the trick. My patrons can swill grog all night and carouse loud enough to wake the dead, if they wish. But as soon as it turns violent, I've got to put my boot down. Why are you facing the wall? Leave me be, okay? If this were anywhere but the Druthers, I'd have that fool spitting teeth before he formed a second word. What are you staring at? You want to keep them eyes in your face? Ugh! Not because teats. That's cold. What do you mean, no fighting? This Duskwhite scum was... Yeah, I know the rules. That bastard gets to keep his skin for now. Excuse me. Thanks for stepping in there, friend. Not that I couldn't handle myself against a bleatin' milksop like that bloke. And I don't want to cause no trouble for Buscarin. You know, having to mop up blood and bits of teeth and the like. Buscarin might not pay his help much, but he treats us with respect. After growing up in the company of brigands, that's more than enough for me. Another bell and we'll be in Gridania. Are they already pretty much in Gridania? Actually, no, I guess this would be the Shroud. Gridania is the city. Yeah, sleeping on a job. I've had my last mead. I swear it. He said that last night. Nicely done, Byrnjolf. I'll not have my patrons picking fights with each other over a bit of petty prejudice. In case you didn't see, the bloke who caught the brunt of that outburst is a Duskwhite Ellison. There are people who shun cities to live in the woods, making them no better than brigands in the eyes of many. To be fair, the Duskwhites can be an unruly lot, but they ain't so bad once you get to know them, and it don't seem right to bar a whole race of people from the Druthers for the misdeeds of a few. There should be at least one place where anyone willing to pay the coin and drink in peace is welcome, don't you think? So true. Oh yeah, I can finally replace my helmet. I appreciate all the good you've done for our patrons. If you aren't disinclined, I have a favor of my own to ask you. There's a Kakern friend of mine, you see, name of Tatarun, a good lad. It was right after the calamity that I came across him fallen in the Shroud. He nearly died in all the havoc, so I took him in and nursed him back to health best I could. He worked here at my Druthers for a spell after that. Got to talking about striking out on his own. He did, and not long after, cast his lot with a merchant bound for Lanasia. Well, it just so happens I got to cleaning up around here and came across something of his. The scarlet earring. I know he was fond of the thing, but he must have just forgotten it when he left, so I'd like to see that it gets to him. Can't say for sure where he ended up, but might be a friend of mine can. A Roagaden fellow named Bainsing. You can find him on Hawker's Alley in Limsa Liminza. He knows everything of the comings and goings of merchants there. Excuse me. For lunch, I had a salad that I put chicken nuggets on, and some baked beans I heated up in the microwave. And I think the baked beans are what's making me cough, because it was pretty gooey. And it was really good, too. Oh my god. I do love me some baked beans. To the adventurers, merchants, and laborers that come here to partake in fine ale and fine company, the Druthers is like a second home, even an only home to the more unfortunate. We'd be fools not to avail ourselves of the protection of wood whalers and the god's quiver. But there lies a special satisfaction in defending one's own home. You've done us all proud today, friend. This tavern is sheltered by the shroud, imparting a sense of peace and tranquility to all within. It is for this reason, as much as Bescarin's ale and yarns of adventure, that wayfarers from across the realm find respite at these tables. But the protection of the forest is not to be taken for granted. No, we must respect and honor the trees. Only in doing so will they do the same for us. And so I would ask you to perform a simple task. You are to make an offering to one of the forest's fallen guardians. Not far from here lie the withered remains of a treant who perished protecting the forest it so loved. Obtain the umbels of 4 antelope does and two freshly plucked ketrap petals. Then place them before the treant. After the offering has been made, kneel and bow your head in deference. I can promise you that when you arise, you will do so with a newfound understanding of the significance of my words. Take care of them, Orobon, did ye? Reckon I'll be tucking into a bowl of river trout afore long then. Or a nice bit of pike, perhaps. Old Buscarin, you know, he's always done right by me, no matter what I might have gotten up to back in the day, so I don't take kindly to them as would make trouble for him, even if they're fish. You seem like a trustworthy sort, and I can see you've got some skills from your work as a venturer. Let's see you put him to work for the old man, eh? Been taking me advice and putting your skills to work at the Druthers, have ye? Now that's what I like to see from a strapping young lad. Well, tighten your bootstraps, 'cause I've got another job for ye. Was down in a pint of Buscarin's finest the other day when I heard that the Cockern or hoarding stashes of poison around these parts. Can't say for sure what they're up to, but it can't be nothing good. What say you take these fire pots here and go blow up the whole bleeding lot? Hail, friend. Would you fancy a flagon of ale? Or perhaps... Ah, an adventurer! I can scarce believe my fortune. I was just looking for someone who might assist me in checking on the welfare of a couple of regulars. To be precise, I'm looking for an expedition team poking around in the ruins of Isamhar, due south of here. They usually turn up at the Druthers every few days, covered in dust and hungering for a hot meal, but they've not been in for nigh on a week. Could well be that they're simply occupied with scholarly business, but they'd be running low on supplies by now. And that concerns me. Please pay them a visit at the ruins and see if aught's amiss. You're looking for one by the name of Iriel. By the way, I forgot the other one's name. Don't mind me, I'm just blowing up your stuff. Yes, may I help you with something? Yoin was concerned for our well-being. How positively sweet of her. But as you can see, we are both quite hale and decidedly not deceased. We did, however, encounter certain practical difficulties when a veritable legion of Chigos burst forth from the depths of the pit. Your timing is impeccable, as we have only just succeeded in clambering out. In fact, since you are here, perhaps you might prevent a similar situation by slaughtering a number of the pests. Say 5 or so. That should be sufficient to frighten the rest of the brood back to the shadows below. I wonder what would happen if I talked to this person first. You are an adventurer, are you not? Tell me, have you any experience in the field of relic hunting? I am currently attempting to catalog all of the artifacts in this area. But I'm finding the task rather more time-consuming than I had initially anticipated. I am all but convinced that we stand in what was once Gilmora's residential district. Alas, I have yet to recover a sufficiency of domestic objects to confirm my theory. Should you happen upon any such items while wandering the area, I would be most grateful if you'd bring them to me. Just pot shard wedged in a tree. Very rude of you, dear sir. Oh, it's actually cloudy. But I'm all the way over here. I don't know if that's actually cloudy in Byrnjolf, though. Oh, I wasn't done yet. Back so soon. Are you quite certain you exercised the appropriate amount of care and delicacy in your search? These artifacts are hundreds of years. Oh, never mind. Show me what you found. Yes, these are most certainly examples of Gilmoran tableware. Judging by the shape and ornamentation, they appear to be cups of the kind once used to serve herbal infusions, or possibly vegetable broth. Perfect! My work here is far from done, but this discovery brings me one tantalizing step closer to realizing my dream, the restoration of these ruins, and the re-establishment as a settlement for the dusk-white Elysian. Gridanians have long perceived my people as outcasts and brigands, yet if we Duskwights can return a measure of prosperity to this fallen city, We would no longer need to resort to common theft or banditry in order to make ends meet. Imagine it. But I am rambling. Thank you for your help. Pair of shoes. These look like high heels. My, that was marvelous work, adventurer. Many thanks. Perhaps now we might return to our research in relative peace. Oh, the ruins you can see down there are part of the ancient subterranean city known as Gelmora. For Desquite Elizin, such as ourselves, it represents a valuable and unexpected opportunity to learn more about the settlement where our ancestors once dwelled. Yet, as fascinating as the ruins are, I do believe I have had my fill of the inside of the hole for the time being. At any rate, you can assure Yoin, that the two of us, particularly my brother, are quite well, and will soon be along to partake in Buscarin's finest meat and mead. I'm guessing the brother has a hops for her, except she doesn't even remember what his name is. I hear flapping. Somebody was flying around. Oh, there's a person on the wall there. Can I get up here? Oh, come on. I should be able to get up here. Come on. Maybe she'll talk to me from down here. Nope. I'm mainly just trying to see if she says anything, but I guess not. Guess she just sits there idly, doing nothing. That's fine, I guess. Thank you, friend. Buscarin might come off as rough-hewn to strangers, but I tell you, he'd be right devastated were anything to happen to one of his regulars. What's that? Urel assures me that her brother is in fine fettle as well? Why, I have not the slightest idea of whom she speaks, nor why that would concern me. What are you doing? What are you doing? You have placed the offering as I asked. I thank you. The treant you have honored was not always withered thus. Unable to bear the changes racking the forest in the wake of the calamity, it lost all trace of vibrant life, wasting away into its current haggard appearance. You adventurers may see treants as little more than overgrown adversaries, but many of us local folk revere these creatures as guardians of the forest, of the woods. It is nature's way that we tend to those who once tended to us. Should we forsake our protectors now, then we ourselves will be forsaken when their protection is needed once more. Boys and stashes are no more, you say? Good lad. Your next pint will be on me. Were it my druthers, I'd grab those Kikurin one by one and string 'em up by their ratty ears. But old man Buscarin won't have none of that. Says each battle we forego now saves us one down the road. And to tell the truth, I'm starting to come around to his ways. Okay, I guess I'm going to Hawker's Alley. I forgot again. It's a big, huge elephant. A creepy cat girl standing around in her underwear. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. That's not what I was looking for, but I don't know. Hang on a second. Nope, guess not. I really wish I could remember where the quest was that gives you your Chocobo companion. Yeah, I like that maid's outfit. Goes really well with her hair. Well, her hair color, I mean. You found your way to Auker's Alley, friend. Kakern? What worked at the Druthers? Aye, you speak of Tetarun. Related to that Kyokurun bloke. Just over there by some blood or another. Two of them put in together and were making good coin. Old Tetarun up and left Limsa not long ago. Couldn't say as to why or where. You're better off asking Kyokurun himself. He can be a tight of lip, though, I warn ye. Best to take this chicken egg if ye... with ye. Little bastard loves the bloody things. Eh? Good to hear about old Busk, though. Sounds as though he ain't changed a bit. Like him to send a venturer along, too shy to come his own way, his own self. Gods, I miss drinking with that fool. Customer, be welcome. Not customer? Not come with custom? You're Kurorun, busy with business. Too busy for blather. If one were so inclined, the freshness of this egg could be checked by placing it in a container of water. Were it to lay on its side, it is almost certainly fresh. Should the egg float, however, it may be possessed by a void scent and should be smashed with extreme prejudice. I actually heard that that's how you check to see if eggs are fresh or not. Chicken egg! Kurorun love chicken egg. Love chicken egg more than love customer. Looking for Teteroon. Teteroon, no here no more. Teteroon, leave Limsa. Teteroon, go look for Sparklies. Now working at trading post. Good trading post. Forget where trading post is. Weinberg, no Teteroon. Weinberg, no trading post. Weinberg at ferry docks. You go to ferry docks. Kikuroon. Forget things. Weinberg remembers things. You talk to Weinberg, not Kikuroon. Alright. No, I like this outfit. Look, she looks like a pirate. Especially with the hairstyle she has. Teteroon? Aye, I seen him. That is to say, I saw him. He was headed somewhere up north, by way of the ferry to Ailport. Might as well head there and see what you can suss out. The skipper here can take you there. When you arrive, I'd start by asking Oldfoot. He's an old hand, but knows a great deal about a great many things. Teteroon? Ah, I saw him. That is to say, I seen him. He took himself north through Skull Valley into Oakwood. Was looking for a place run by his fellow Kern. I reckon he met the one right on the shore of Bronze Lake. Mimroon's trading post. Follow the road, and you're sure to find it. Now that's a crazy skeleton over there. Crack a nose. Customer be welcome. Not customer? Not come with custom. Bring something for Teteroon. Teteroon, forget this. forget at Drethers. Tetrarud swore would never forget Earring. Would never forgot. Tetrarud thank. Good Buscaroon, doing good. Good Buscaroon, good to Tetrarud. Tetrarud miss good Buscaroon. The music is so loud. It's filled with so much excitement. Good Buscaroon, help Tetrarud. Tetrarud dead. Dead? Oh, Tetrarud dead without good Buscaroon. Must give thankies. Many thankies. Tetrarud make Gurren firewater for Buscaroon. Buscaroon love firewater. If you help Tetrarud make firewater, need thankies to make. Need many thankies. Need coral pup whiskers. Need 3 good coral pup whiskers. Gigaroon has good goods. Good goods need delivery, but Gigaroon too busy. Have hot box lunch. Gigaroon hot box lunch. That's for Tenga Tonga. Tenga Tonga in Thalios. You take for Gigaroon. That's a different bit of music for a fate. Leave me be. I'm too hungry to continue my research, let alone receive visitors. This is a current hot box lunch from Memaroon's trading post. How did you... Thank you, friend. At last, I will be able to hear myself think over the growling of my stomach. I was so eager to come study the fossils, I never gave any thought to how I'd make my meals. I've neither the time nor the materials to cook on my own, so the trading post has been a godsend. I'm always happy to be on the receiving end of a nice hot box lunch. Pretty silly to give me the same thing I just got. I know it's not easy. I know it's no easy thing, making your way out to where I am. I could use someone like you around here. How would you like to aid in my excavation? I do what I can on my own, but I need someone to brave the more dangerous places, such as atop the bones themselves. Sit out in my place and see what fossils there are to be found. If possible, I would prefer a variety of specimens. Get over here. Oh, nope. There we go. Now that's a crazy fossil. It's inside the tree. That looks like a clamshell. Found something, have you? Come, let us have a look. The ossified bone of some long-dead beast. Or man. The grooved pattern of this roundish fossil suggests it may be a shell or some sort. Ah yes, these are fine specimens. These long, narrow bones likely belong to some sort of giant sea creature devoured by Thelios. From the looks of it, I'd say it was about the size of an adult gubu, all told. And this round fossil, well, I've developed a theory that it is the shell of a parasitic organism. I found countless others like it concentrated near the remains. These are good finds, my friend. Both are testaments to the sheer enormity of Thelios. Forgive me. We scholars tend to assume all know as much of our subject matter as we. Do you know the tale of Thelios? It is said Lemleon summoned the massive serpent upon the primordial dry, and from its belly it spewed forth the waters which became the seas. We have no proof the remains that lie here are the Thelios. Indeed, whatever beast this was first came to be called that by virtue of its size alone. But I for one now dare to believe. It just may be that these bones are those of the divine serpent that brought life into this world. I highly doubt that. More likely it's something else. Maybe part of the dragonkin. Oh. I don't think I meant to get down here. But that does go to teach me to think that I thought there was only one way to get down here. Teterun make firewater for Baskurin. You bring thingies Teterun needs. It takes almost a full year for a coral to grow its first whiskers. It took less than a minute to remove it. You brought all thingies. Teterun, make firewater now. Make good firewater for good Baskurin. Teterun, start making firewater now. Good firewater, take time. More good. You come back later. Teterun make firewater. Good firewater. You take to Baskurun. Good firewater for good Baskurun. Tell Baskurun no drink now. Don't put away 1 year. 1 year make best flavor. Teterun hopes Baskurun happy. Teterun gives Baskurun thankies. Many thankies. You tell Baskurun. Teterun make big shop someday. Biggest shop in Eorzea. Make many sparklies. All thanks to good Baskurun. That fate started up again. Hang on a minute, it's cloudy out. Wrong thing. And somebody else is here as well. Is that it? Or is it the wrong time? Well, it should be the right time. Okay, I'm confused. It's 6 p.m. to 5 a.m., right? Man. I am so confused. I feel like that should have worked. Nope. Weird, okay. Well, I'm disappointed. I mean, unless I have the time wrong? Hang on, I'll wait until it's morning time. Well, this is gonna take a while. Okay, I guess I'm doing something wrong here, because... I feel like I should be getting this. I mean, if they got it completely wrong and it's supposed to be in the daytime, then okay, but I don't know. And I don't have the video open anymore right now. I did not mean to jump off there. And to die I go. Yeah, I am not seeing what I'm doing wrong here. Not unless for some strange reason I'm in a completely wrong area, but I shouldn't be. Because if it was actually here... Yeah, it's definitely not here. I can't jump through that. I just really have no idea what I'm doing wrong. Ah, you've returned. Thank you for saying Tetterun's belongings to him. What's this? For me. A foul brew that is made by tossing various items found in the wild, both alive and dead, into a barrel of water and letting the concoction ferment for a se'night under the warm sun. Kikern Firewater. Remembers my fondness for the drink, does he? Why that hold? Bloody hells. Who's cutting onions back there? He says to shelve it for a year, does he? Aye, that sounds about right. I hate to have to wait, but I reckon it'll be worth it. The stuff has an aroma and body unlike any other drink I know. It's going to be a long year. What say you come back then, friend? We'll see if we can't make it through this bottle together. That would be an interesting quest. There was word while you were away. Sylphs were seen in the wood, but near no lands of their own. No, this was a place dear to here, a place we've never known a sylph to come. Something must have given them cause to venture this far. More than like the missing sylph elders among them. Here, I've marked the tract where they were sighted on your map. Go see if there's anything to be seen. Imperials! Trying to go back to normal for a second there. Didn't mean to do that. So as there ought to be found in the wood. What did you come to? Garleans! In this part of the Troll's Wood? For sylphs, now Garleans, and all in the same place. It cannot be mere coincidence. Might the Garleans be following the sylphs? Tracking them or giving chase, mayhap? But no, not this far into the forest. The Whalers' spires are everywhere. Imperials could never have stolen past them all. How in the bloody hells could they? Unless someone guided them through. Someone who knew where the spires stand and when the Whalers watch. A Gridanian traitor. I'm glad you've come, friend. There's something I want to talk to you about. You know, I said I thought we might have a traitor in our midst. Someone as was aiding the Garleans. Well, I'm thinking I may have identified our suspect. There's a regular of mine who used to dine on thin soup and sip his pint on account of not being able to afford another. But of late, he's taken to ordering my best wines and the finest cuts of meat I can lay my hands on. Were he a merchant, I'd probably think nothing of it, but this lad's a wood whaler. And wood whalers don't earn that kind of coin. By chance, I was musing on where the money was coming from when you first told me about the Garleans in the forest, and I couldn't help putting two and two together. Suffice it to say, if a whaler's working for the Empire, none of us is safe. The lad I am talking about goes by the name of Laurentius. Last I heard, he was in the South Shroud. Find him, Byrnjolf, and if he is up to no good, put an end to it. And him, if it comes to that. Your word of Garleans in the woods got old Buscarun and beside himself with worry. So I came up with a bit of an idea, I did. Might be heard there's a place near to here where poachers and all other manner of scum gather. They're no friends of Gridania, to be sure, but they've even less love for Garlemald. So I got to thinking, why not ask him to keep an eye on any Garleans in the wood? Enemy of my enemy and all that. A very good idea. Whoop, ran into a post. Let's talk to Coral over here. Buscarun is worried by Garleans in the wood, is he? Then the situation must be dire. Very well. I will see to it any Imperials are watched with a close eye. By the by, you are the higher making a name for himself of late, are you not? Wasn't he I'll try to remember to pronounce it as Hior. Because I think that's what, how the actress for Connie Senna pronounced it. It's good to finally put a face to the name. Garleans in the wood. Buscarun would not lie of such things, nor I think would you. Worry not, the wasps are watching. Tell me, are you the gladiator rumors speak of? Aye, I suspected as much. Many wasps are looking forward to the day they cross paths with you. myself included. Until then, friend. Why are they wanting to fight me? Or am I getting that wrong and they just want to be friends? You guys have anything new? Doesn't look like it. So how's the hospitality of our enemies? Left a sour taste in your mouth, did it? Pity that. They've no respect for land or law, but they're not without their uses. Now they know who ye are, and that ye ain't scared of 'em. Your name's getting known a late, for better or worse. A lot of folk talking and a lot of folk taking an interest in ye. That at best, if ye went looking for 'em before they came looking for ye. For you, I mean. Also, I didn't bother to see what. Oh man, I probably missed out on some decent gloves. What level gloves do I have on? No, never mind. I guess. Yeah, I guess what I have on is fine. You're looking oddly suspicious there, friend. Can you not see I am on patrol? Begone. If you have business with the whalers, take it to the barracks. Not long now. To think patrol routes and rations would fetch such a high price. No more than I deserve, though. It is no wonder the Empire has risen to such heights. If only the whalers paid men their worth. You! What did you... How long have you... Help! 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 Please, come quick, my friends. It is I, Laurentius. I am under attack. Are you now? How did you? You just... I know nothing. I was on patrol. He just appeared. I thought you were working for the Garleans. Get back here, you coward. You'll pay for your treachery. How long do you mean to keep this up? What is it you imagine I've done? Enough! Enough, I say! It's over then. I sold maps and rations to the Empire. It was I. I meant no harm. I only wanted the coin. The whalers are good, strong. I was proud to join their ranks. Am proud. But they do not provide. They preach justice, honor, duty. But in the end, it is those with money who do as they will. Who live as they will. Who live as they will. So I sought an opportunity to change my fortunes, and took it. All I've done for money. Endangered myself, my home, everything, and everyone I love. Why, my actions have put your life in danger too. though you do not yet realize how much. Bloody idiot! Did you imagine that you had cornered me? It is not I who was cornered. Garleans! I have brought the Hjord bastard. Permit me a question, if you will. Are all adventurers so deluded as to believe they can challenge the power of Garlewold? You would need a veritable mountain of gil to fund such an endeavor. Such is the cost of fighting great power, or of making it, or of remaking it as we will Britannia. So that's the way of it. Swapped your hard bunk at the barracks for a feather bed in Garlemald, did ye? You there, you stand here at Old Busk's wishes. At Old Busk's wish, no? Then you don't stand alone. Claws are here. Even more of them. Impossible. How did you best the Empire's finest? And with bandits and poachers at your side. They're your sworn enemies. Why do they fight with you and not against you? But I know the answer only too well. Buscarin. This is his doing. His words are wont to inspire men to act. Better men than I. Gods, what have I become? What have I done? I am sorry. No more will I pursue this folly. No more lies. No more bribes. I will go to the Order of the Twin Adder and confess my crimes. There's something I would like you to tell Buscarin. Tell him Laurentius the Fool says thank you. Feel as though a veil has been lifted from before my eyes. Sorry, my water bottle's a bit loud. So I'm gonna need to go for a refill. Let's in more of that tasty, tasty water. feel as horribly hot as I was for the past 2 days. Nice. Haven't I seen you around here before? Aye, Laurentius confessed to his crimes. I just had word from the Twin Adder. Seems he marched straight into the nest and gave himself up. The lad's had quite a life, you know. His mother was killed by a brigand when he was only small. As a young man, he joined the whalers, hoping to spare his fellow Gridanians the misery he'd known growing up. The trouble is, protecting Gridania is too big a job for one man. He came to believe that he couldn't make a difference. That it was hopeless. There are few things more dangerous than desperation, and a man lost in the dark is easily drawn to the glimmer of coin. I reckon he thought that if he couldn't change the lot of his fellow man, he might as well change his own. Thing is, he was making a difference, just not on his own. Somehow he'd failed to grasp one simple truth, that those things we cannot do alone, we must do together. Eh? He asked you to thank me, did he? Then there's good in him yet. I just hope them at the Adder's Nest are able to see it. What he's done ain't easy to forgive, but I'd like to think he'd be afforded a chance to make amends. But let us leave fates to the 12. I have other news for you, Byrnjolf. The Sylph Elder has been found. Sorry, just checking the recording here real quick. Everything looks to be in order. It's taken us a fair old while, but we finally got our hands on some reliable information concerning the whereabouts of your missing green friend. You found Master Yoda? His name is Phrixio, and he's the eldest amongst the Sylphs of Little Solus. Long has he represented his kind in dialogue with the Gridanians. Yes, he's like a bridge between us and them. A small, leafy green bridge that we can't find at the moment. Bridges are no use if you don't know where they are. That's why it's so important that we find them. There's an abandoned dungeon called the 1,000 Malls of Totorak, here in the South Shroud. It was by the entrance to the place that Phrixio was seen, and not long ago neither. If you hurry, I reckon you'll find him. Walking Ones, please help this one. This one needs help. Needs help to help Elder One. Poor Phrixio. Poor Phrixio. Whoa! Hold your chocobos. Take a deep breath and tell us what's wrong, nice and slow. Elder One went into Totorak, but has not returned. This one is worried, so very worried. And you're right to be. The place fair crawls with nasties waiting to make a meal of anyone daft enough to wander in. What in the 7 hells was he thinking? Entering that bloody death trap. Elder One had no choice. Imperial Ones were chasing Elder One. Please, Walking Ones must help Elder One. Help Elder One now. The fates conspire against us. Forgive my pragmatism, but Phrixio is our best hope to reaching an accord with the Sylphs. Were we to lose him, all our efforts thus far will have been for naught. I will tend to her wounds. Ida, make haste to the Adder's Nest and request assistance. Understood. Byrnjolf, go to the 1,000 Maws of Totorak and see that Phrixio comes to no harm. Peace between man and sylph rests upon your success. Doesn't it always? By order of the elder seats here, the dungeon known as the Thousand Maws of Totorak has been placed under the control of... What? The Sylph Elder is inside? And you are sure of this? How in the seven hells did he manage to sneak by? God strike me down for a purblind fool. You must find the Sylph Elder before he falls prey to the fiends within. Entrance to Totorak is ordinarily restricted, but these are exceptional circumstances. Pray, assemble a rescue party and enter as soon as you are able. Okay, I'll be right back. Take the time to use the restroom, grab food, drink, anything. And I'll be right back. And I'm back. I like the music for this place. First Spear Rattle. Totorak Expedition Notes 1. Dangerous fauna encountered upon entering cave. Culling as per mission parameters. Expect to encounter more as we press deeper. Just checking something real quick. Alright. Yeah, water does not look healthy. Looks like it's filled to the brim with algae. messages I missed? I don't think there were. What did I just pick up? Ooh, nice. Alright. Expedition Notes 2. Engaged with a sizable fiend. Succeeded in exterminating, but casualties mounting. Must consider turning back if situation worsens. Did I miss anything in these rooms? Is this some sort of prison or something? This is a very beautiful room here. The way the light comes in. Oh, I heard a squirrel. Ooh, I wonder what those fruits are. Kind of look like the lantern fruit from Subnautica. No, I don't think they were called lantern fruit. They were, it was a fruit that kept you warm. Like a spicy pepper or something. I can't remember what it was called. I have a slight itch. I'm trying to If it had an itch, like on the, like kind of in your ear. Man, that is just the worst. Alright, we're having mushroom stew tonight. That's not gonna do anything for me since I already have like a level 30 top. It's still a shame how they changed up some of these dungeons. I kind of miss how some of them worked. Because like for this, in order to continue, you had to collect a whole bunch of orb things that were floating around the dungeon. And you had to put them inside a machine, and it would spawn this boss. And there used to be more paths. So like this over here would have been opened up in the past. Disciple of War. All right. Hope I didn't miss a note along the way. I'll figure it out once I am able to read this one. Notes 3. Termite infestation confirmed. Scores of eggs on verge of hatching, beyond our means to deal with. Aborting mission. Subsequent parties beware. Yeah, this is a lot of eggs. And a lot of those plant monsters with those huge gaping mouths on the top of their heads. Ugh, that was a disgusting sound. Get back here, pudding. Ugh, slimy.
Darkness.
Elko hitra bublo hans.
The mighty slayer of Efreet comes now to me.
Seize that on Rajyadorn.
With a countenance that bespeaks understanding.
Thagon well rogue. Tosan no paiki.
And intriguing power, the echo. I must needs choose my words with care.
Mayhap I might if I deign to speak in my guest crude tongue. We meet at last. I am Lahabrea of the Asians, servant to the one true God. Yours is a most fantastical tale, truly absorbing. It is a tale to tell Eorzea's children before bedtime, and it will soon be dark, bringer of light.
The Dark Minions.
All that stands between this world and darkness is an irksome anomaly in the ether. The Echo. Yes, yours is a most fascinating tale. Alas, like all good tales, it must needs come to an end. But fear not.
Here, feel the presence of evil.
For the end of your tale is but the beginning of another. The tale of the crystal's demise.
Work, team. Finally, fresh air. Mayhap not so fresh, but better than before. Ah, sinister one is gone. This one can leave this awful place. Did Walking One vanquish the many-legged one? This one is grateful to Walking One. This one is called Frixio, eldest of these ones of little solace. Alpha Squad reporting, sir. Nothing of late at Lockskull. Nothing of late at... Nothing to note. Nothing of note at Lockskull, sir. Understood. Return to Area 12. Damn it all. Where is that accursed icon hiding? No sign of our wizened friend. I'm afraid not, my lord. Shall I order that the search perimeter be expanded? Absolutely not. We risk alerting the Gurdanians to our presence. His Excellency bid us avoid unnecessary confrontation. Loath though I am to admit it, I have found no evidence to suggest that Rama will be gracing the mortal realm in the near future. I ask you, what good is a god who does not grant one's wishes? Were I a sylph, I should strongly consider finding myself another idol. Which reminds me, what of the sylphs we captured? A handful of them seemed to be in reasonably good health when last I looked. Apologies, my lord. I fear we may have been overzealous in our efforts to compel them to summon their icon. Really, Centurion, were you not aware that vegetables bruise easily? It is well that I did not entrust you with the important task of making my dinner. Well, mayhap it was a kindness. Better dead in truth than dead to one's own god, I suppose. If you believe in such things. Dawn is upon us. Make ready to withdraw. Useless. We are so close to completion. I can fair taste it. But at this rate... No, I must be patient. Our efforts will bear fruit in due time. What was it you always said? Ah, yes. Through it mean bringing down the very heavens. Who shall challenge the limits of possibility if not we? And that alone were you right, Garland. But your star is long fallen, while mine doth begin to rise. And it shall burn so bright, that Lord Van Belsar's ultimate weapon will seem a mere candle beside it. Ha 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 ha! Those walking ones did for Noxia. This one is certain of it. This one fears that other taken ones also suffered the same fate. This one is convinced. Walking ones have black hearts. Seek only to harm these ones. Walking ones are not to be trusted. Now, Noraxia. Do not pass judgment too hastily. Not all walking ones are alike. Though there are evil ones among the walking ones, there are good ones also. Does walking one feel unwell? This one would know what brings walking one to this place. Came to this one's rescue at Noraxia's bidding, then this one owes walking one a debt of gratitude. Walking One has questions about Lord Ramu? I still have no idea how to properly pronounce that name. I've heard it once before, but it's very hard to remember which one it's supposed to be. Then this one will provide answers. But first, let these ones quit this lightless place. This one will return to Little Solace. When Walking One is ready, please come and see this one. These ones may speak properly then. Then it is settled. Let this one accompany Walking One outside. Wait up! Ah, you're back. Tell me the Sylph Elder as well. Thank the gods for that. I don't rightly know what to make of the rest of your tale, but I'm full glad Frixio didn't come to any harm. Ah, but there I go tempting fate. Run over to Little Solace and secure us peace with the Sylphs, before aught else befalls us, eh? Rest assured, I'll send word to our friends of Charlayan and the Twin Adder both. You've done Gridania a great service this day, lad, and earned yourself a place of honor here at the Druthers. In so doing, be sure and come by whenever you feel like a drop of Kikuran firewater. Say, friend, there's something I'd like to ask you to see delivered to the Sylphs of Little Solace. This Azima Rose Oil. It's a gift to celebrate their safe return of their tribe's elder, and a token of Gridania's desire to unite. The wood is not what it once was. The calamity changed the elementals. Weakened them. Until their strength is returned, we must lend them ours to keep the wood safe. But ours alone will not be enough. We must have the strength of the Sylphs as well. Only by working together and fighting together will we survive together, and the 12's wood with us. The gift I ask you to bear is a symbol of the hope that both Gridania and Sylph alike will live to see the light beyond this darkness. You're back, lad, and something tells me you've not come for a flagon of Buscarin's ale. All the better that. I just overheard some Garlean stragglers was seen in the Trollswood, and ye know they're not like to be up to any good. Me? I'd like nothing more than to get those Imperial whoresons myself, but I fear I've other duties to attend this day. We're counting on ye, lad. Oh, there it is. Saw to those Garlean dogs as swift and sure as I saw do me pint of me duties. Did ye? On behalf of old man Buscarin and me compatriots here at the Druthers, ye have me gratitude and then some. With ye and meself seeing to matters, lad, I tell ye, no flagon of mead or Garlean troublemaker on or around these premises is safe. I'm gonna leave those alone because I'm gonna have to come back here later. Though I am gonna grab this and the etherite. A gift from Walking One, Buscarin? A gift for these ones? Such a lovely scent. This one has never smelled anything like this before. Walking One Buscarin and Adventuring One are very kind. Know that this one is deeply grateful. Many Walking Ones are scary. Many Walking Ones utter many lies and much deception. But this one is moved. Let all these ones be friends forever. This one wishes to thank the Adventuring One. Adventuring One saved the Elder One. But this one must ask a favor first. Will Adventuring One bring 3 bottles of fresh blood? Is morbid favor, this one knows. But must have fresh blood from vile ones known as Jigas. Here, Adventuring One, take blood bottles. Use on almost dead vile ones to take fresh blood. I'll go do that real quick. Got him. Did Adventuring One bring blood from vile ones? This goes here, and that there. Then stitched like this, then put that together. Done! This one has made a garment for Adventuring One. Its enchanted garment will protect Adventuring One from scary ones. And as token of this one's thanks, these ones owe Adventuring One many, many thanks. Aww. Cute. This one has been expecting Walking One. This one fetches Elder One. This one is pleased to see Walking One again. Welcome to the home of these ones. Ah, there you are, Byrnjolf. We have just been hearing tell of your deeds of daring do. Well done. Ah, the Walking Ones who aided Noraxia. This one is grateful. A pleasure to have been of service. If you do not mind my asking, how did your misadventure come about? This one does not mind. The misadventures, as Walking One calls them, of this one began when Imperial Ones entered the wood. Fearing trouble, these ones decided to watch Imperial Ones closely. But these ones watched too closely. The Imperial Ones noticed and tried to catch these ones. Having nowhere else to hide, this one fled into Totorak. With that, this one had not. In Totorak, a sinister one robed in black tried to feed this one to a many-legged one. A sinister one robed in black? Why do I have a feeling I should be more worried about that than I am? Elder Frixio, we come to you as emissaries of the nation of Gridania. This missive bears the words of the Elder Seetsier. This one sees. So Walking Ones of Gridania are fearful of Lord Ramu. Plainly put, yes. The people summoned your people summoned the Lord of Levin but once, yet that single occurrence occasioned great alarm. But it's not as if the Gridanians dislike you or anything. Actually, it's just the opposite. They think of you as friends, and they don't want anything to get in the way of that. That's why the Elder Seats here wrote to you. This one well knows and respects Horned One, Connie Senna. Be assured, like Walking Ones of Gridania, these ones have no desire for conflict. These ones resorted to summoning Lord Ramu to protect the wood from Imperial Ones. This one counseled against doing so, but was not heeded. Against this one's wishes, Lord Ramu was summoned, and all those ones who took part became touched ones. These ones want so desperately to turn touched ones back to normal ones, but did not know how, and still do not know. touched ones, meanwhile, wanted to turn these ones into touched ones, and didn't know how. So this one fled to Little Solace with all those ones who did not wish to be bound to Lord Rama. But walking ones of Gridania need not fear touched ones of Lord Rama. And like other primal ones, Lord Rama is not callous and cruel. So long as walking ones do not trespass on these ones' ancestral homeland, where touched ones reside, walking ones will not suffer thunderous judgment. But this one has spoken enough of touched ones. This one would speak instead of these ones. As this one said, these ones desire peace, and walking ones of Gridania. With walking ones of Gridania. And so these ones ask for a chance to set things right. By way of an addendum, mortals who are tempered come to take on the qualities embodied by the primal in question. In the case of the sylphs, Ramu's influence has made them fiercely protective of their homeland. That explains why they're so hostile towards trespassers, but what about the abductions? A fine question, Ida. The abductions are, I believe, an expression of the tempered sylph's desire for reconciliation, another quality traditionally associated with Ramu. In the crudest manner imaginable, they seek to bring their fellows back into the fold, a timely reminder that the challenges posed by each primal are unique. Elder Frixio, we thank you for making your will known to us. The people of Gridania will rest easier in the knowledge that they and the sylphs are united in their desire for peace. Wishing to corroborate, this one has written down the feelings of these ones. Please see that these feelings are conveyed to Horned One Kanisana. And with that, I believe we can lay the matter of Ramu to rest. That Sylph Elder is very reasonable, I must say. We could learn a lot from him. Was that a jibe? If so, I feel it only fair to observe that one of us wouldn't recognize reason if it punched her on the nose. Did I say fair? I meant reasonable. Anyway, we're going to head back to the Waking Sands and tell Minfilia all about it. Fear not, we will be sure to mention the instrumental part you played in all of this. And while we see to that, we should appreciate it if you would deliver Frixio's missive to the Adder's Nest. Elder Frixio, we humbly thank you for your time. It has been an honor. The honor is this one's. Together, let the walking ones of Gridania and these ones find a way to live in peace. Please wait, walking one Byrnjolf. This one has yet to give walking one a token of this one's appreciation. When these ones summoned Lord Ramu, these ones were gifted this crystal. This one would now bestow the crystal upon walking one as a symbol of these ones' trust. So what exactly are they shooting at? This one was not mistaken about walking one. Walking One is destined to walk a fate far crueler than this one can imagine. A brilliant light from within, Walking One enveloped the crystal. This one saw. Mark this one well. That crystal will one day be of use to Walking One. Walking One must keep that crystal safe at all times. Before Walking One returns to Gridania, this one would ask Walking One to watch Touched Ones. So long as Touched Ones are not troubled, Touched Ones will not make trouble. If Walking One witnesses Touched Ones making no trouble, mayhap Walking One can testify to Walking Ones of Gridania that these ones mean no harm. These ones' homeland is fraught with danger. This one marks down safe places to look out for Touched Ones. There are tempered sylphs in the distance. You do not sense that they pose a danger if left alone. Well, then I'll leave them alone. Ah, if it isn't Byrnjolf. I went to meeting with the Sylphs. A missive from the Sylph elder himself, if I may. So the Sylphs have no desire for conflict, nor did they intend to summon Rameau. And so long as we leave the Tempered Ones be, we need not fear any aggression on their part. The Elder Seedseer will be overjoyed to hear that the Sylphs have welcomed our overtures, and in the knowledge that they bear us no ill will. We may channel our resources towards tackling the more conspicuous threats to our security. You have done this nation a great service, my friend. On behalf of all Gridanians, I give you my thanks. What is this? A black kitten. He's kind of cute. The Sylphic folk have long been friends to Gridania. The mere thought of being at war with them pained the Elder Seedseer to no end. But owing to your efforts, she will be able to rest easier, being the benevolent soul that she is. My lady will surely try to find a way to reverse the tempering process. Once again, I thank you. Had the Scions of the Seventh Dawn not offered to mediate between our peoples, suspicion and doubt may well have led us into needless conflict. Pray, pass on my regards to Lady Minfilia. Hello? Hello, Byrnjolf? Can you hear me? It is I, Minfilia. Ida and Papalimo returned some little while ago, and they wasted no time in regaling me with the tale of your exploits. Thanks in large part to you, the name of one primal may be struck from our list of enemies, and the Gridanians may turn their attention to more pressing matters. Well done. Yet the end of one tale is but the start of another. Pray return to the Waking Sands at your earliest convenience. I would apprise you of the present situation in person. That's pretty cool over there. Looks like a volcano. Well, if it isn't my favorite adventurer. Welcome back, Byrnjolf. Lady Minfilia awaits you within the solar. Please enter at your leisure. Aye. Alpha now. I am given to understand that the matter of Rameau has finally been resolved. I fear results bespeaks a permanence we cannot rightly claim. Yet I am well satisfied that the Lord of Levin will not trouble us in the foreseeable future. Your satisfaction is assurance enough for me. How fares the investigation? Well enough. Thancred is sparing no effort. There are many and one, just as you suspected. Their purpose, however, eludes us still. I see. I have been meaning to ask, but is Alize quite well? I feel as if I have scarcely seen her in recent days. Oh, you haven't. And nor have I, alas. Alizé has chosen to walk her own path, stubborn girl. But you may be assured that our destination remains the same. And on that note, I take my leave of you. I trust the Baldessian report will serve you well. I take it we can proceed as discussed? Why do you ask? You scarce need my permission to act. It is good to see you again, Byrnjolf. I've been looking forward to congratulating you on your triumph in the Twelveswood. Owing to your efforts, conflict has been averted. Truly, you have done the Scions proud. With that, we can strike Ramu from the list. So who's next? The Sahagin and Leviathan? The Lord of the World has not answered his minions' call of late, nor is he expected to do so in the near future. While the Sahagin remain as aggressive as ever, they lack the quantity of crystals required to call forth their god. As with the Sylphs, we can leave them to their own devices, for a time at least. For a time bears repeating. We can ill afford to fall complacent. It is as Yistola says, unless we know the minds of the beast tribes, we cannot predict with any certainty when next a primal will return to plague the land. This being the case, we must proceed with as much haste as prudence allows. Any word on Titan? The Maelstrom keeps the kobolds under constant observation. We shall hear from them ere long. You may depend upon it. Indeed. So then, of all the known primals that have been active in recent times, we are left with... Gridania! Wait, I meant Garuda! Who is the primal of the Ixal who live near Gridania. Yes, that's what I meant. So many moms to cover, that there were a more efficient way to conduct our surveys. Were he still with us, we should not long have wanted for a more practicable solution. She's not wrong there. Where in the world are you, Chief? But one sure step at a time. Henceforth, the Order of the Twin Adder will handle all matters pertaining to the Sylphs, under the sage guidance of the Seedseers. I bid you all enjoy a moment's respite. You have earned it. Is there something else, Byrnjolf? I met a man named La Brea. Know him? Beg pardon? A man named La Brea sporting a red mask and robed in black. 12 preserve! Prior to the calamity, the Ascians took great pains to remain hidden. Why would they choose to cast off their veil of secrecy now? Gods, this bodes ill. We must take advantage of the present lull in primal hostilities and investigate this La Brea. Learn all we can of him and his designs. I dread to think... Eek! Tataru! Byrnjolf and Thanalan? At long last, this one finds walking one Byrnjolf. This one is most dependable of these ones, is sent by Elder One Frixio to help walking ones. This one is called Noraxia. This one comes as a friend. Let these ones be friends. Pleasure to meet you, Noraxia. You have a bit of a thing going on right there. Byrnjolf. Pray do not concern yourself with my welfare. My current investigation has yielded some curious results, and at present I am pondering how best to proceed. What did he say? I'm with the 8th shift. Or was it the 9th? Oh, hello there, Vermont. Excuse me, lad. This might sound strange, but you haven't by chance seen a fella that looks exactly like me. I'm looking for my twin brothers, see? And I heard they might have come through here. They could be dead for all I know. At least it feels like I've been chasing ghosts for an eternity now. Greetings, Scion. I come on behalf of the students of Baldessian. You may address me as Clive. Is there some reason you are still here? Please carry on. I am not here to see you. Wow, how very rude. Also, why did they have the same exact hair? Are they brother and sister? If only Master Garland were still with us. He was a brilliant man, full of life and purpose. Kind and generous, he taught us everything we know about engineering. Though believe me, he could also be a very hard person to please. He would force us to completely rebuild devices if even a single flaw was discovered. I could only imagine what he'd say if he saw the tiny Bronco. People in masks cannot be trusted, but Biggs and I wear masks all the time when welding. I'm starting to wonder if it's worth the hassle to prove who he was. I mean, maybe some folk would say, "Good on ye, mate. Thanks for fighting to save Eorzea and whatnot." But I reckon most would ask what we've done for them lately, if not spit in our faces for allowing Bahamut to blow up half the goddamned world. Knowest thou the import of the broken staff within the solar? It fell from the grasp of Archon Louisois, the man who, in his abiding love for all Eorzeans, shielded us against the storm of the calamity. The stars wheel across the heavens, and the skies brighten once more. The survivors gather and ignite a fiery dawn to burn away the glowering shroud. Ah, but Destiny, thou art beautiful. What on earth are you doing? In recent days, I've resumed my training. Idle hands make for idle minds, and painful memories are all too quick to resurface. There are two types of Alamegans: fools who wish to fight back but know not how, and cowards who have chosen to run from their worries. The young man over there is a striking example of the former. Me? I'm the latter, or couldn't you tell? Walking ones from Ul'dah have not seen these ones before. This one knows. Still, must walking ones make such screaming sounds when seeing this one's face? This one cannot get a wink of rest. Noraxia and I both wear a mask. We're going to get along famously. I just know it. Look, Noraxia, I realize that this makes no sense to you, but you must try to be more discreet. Years ago, a law was enacted in Ul'dah whereby... please just trust me and stay out of sight. I'm to meet with the antecedent soon to discuss a matter of great import. Abba thinks it's about my first official mission. I suppose it would be good for it. I suppose it would be good for it was... Yes? That sentence does not make any sense to me. I mean, I'm not sure if I'm ready, but still. A masked man. I vaguely recall some Almolja ranting about something like that in the middle of a skirmish. Of course, I wasn't listening too closely on account of the fact their friends were trying to kill me. I don't mean to waste your time, friend, but that's the only thing what comes to mind. As you have doubtless witnessed in your travels, the lands of Eorzea are gasping under the pall of a suffocating darkness. I must wonder if it is this darkness that invites disaster, or simply that disaster has left such gloom in its wake. One thing is for certain. Now is not the time to relax our vigilance. Yes, Tataru is as ready to express her fright as she is to express everything else. Not all of us are forged of the same steel as you, I'm afraid. But it takes all kinds to make a family, and it pleases me to no end to see ours continue to grow. One by one, the people of Eorzea are beginning to unite, drawn to the hope that shines within you. Yet a darkness threatens to engulf this light. Never have I doubted the Ascians' presence, but that they have grown so brazen as to carry out their work in plain sight fills me with a sense of deep foreboding. I am afraid there is no rest for the weary, Byrnjolf. We must delve further into the motivations of the masked man, the Ascian known as La Habrea. This is an ideal moment to do so, while our hands are not bound dealing with another primal. At present we know little and less about the Ascians, only that destruction follows in their wake. I should not be surprised if these beings are behind the chaos that racks the realm. If my fears prove to be reality, we must do all in our power to stop them. Earlier, I sent word to each Grand Company to solicit cooperation. Your Immortal Flames responded to the effect that they have information on a potential sighting. This is intelligence that we can ill afford to ignore. Go speak with Flame Commander Swift at the Hall of Flames in Ul'dah to inquire further. How you go about the investigation thereafter, I leave wholly to your discretion. But whatever you do, never forget that we are dealing with the unknown. You cannot take too many precautions. Be safe, Byrnjolf. Good evening, Byrnjolf. I trust your investigation is faring well. masked man. Ah, you are come on behalf of the Scions, of course. Yes, as we've already relayed to Lady Minfilia, there has been a sighting of this rogue near about eastern Thanaland. A brass blade stationed at Highbridge described him in detail when he alerted us to suspicious activity. I would point you to the witness, and I'm afraid he died not 2 days ago. Slain by a marauding horde of Kern. It can be a cruel mistress. But do not be too quick to despair. Being situated on the trade route, Highbridge sees its fair share of travelers. Folk are always coming and going, and some among them may well have caught a glimpse of your target. You could do worse than to speak with a merchant named Hihibaru. The fellow's always starved for customers, and he'd no doubt welcome your attention, whether or not you have coin or the mind to spend it. Welcome to Highbridge, adventurer. Whatever you seek, I, Hihibaru, can provide it. Probably. You're after a masked man. I'm not sure I have one of those in stock. Oh, you're after a masked man. Why didn't you say so sooner? Such an individual might have featured in one of the many rumors I've heard. If you linger a while, mayhap you'll learn a thing or two, eh? When the Order of Nordin began excavating the ruins below, I had hopes that Highbridge would turn into a bustling hub for pilgrims. But thanks to the nigh endless beastmen raids, folk are too afraid to come within a mile of here. I sold everything I owned to get my venture started, and I'm loath to give up without making an earnest effort to stick it out. But if things keep going as they are, I'll be bankrupt before the moon is through. Whining won't do me any good, though. No, for my business to survive, I need business. Speaking of which, perhaps you'd like to browse my wares. Spend a bit of coin to help a struggling merchant. The masked man? Ah, they'll take your bloody masked man. I know what I said before, but vague rumors are all I've got. If you want to know about him, go and ask the other merchants. You, yes you, adventurer, I need you to fetch 3 bottles of verbal blood, and do so with all haste. Where to find verbal blood, you ask? Why, from Furbles, of course. Now hurry. This is a matter of life and death. I've heard tell of the masked devil. Seems he's been appearing not only around Highbridge, but elsewhere about Thanaland too. Enough folk have reported seeing him to convince me he's more than a figment of the imagination, but little is known about him otherwise. We have been dispatched by the Order of Nordin to conduct a thorough investigation of the ruins. We have only begun to scratch the surface, yet it is already clear that they house countless untold secrets from the age of Balladia. Secrets which will remain hidden forever if something is not done about those accursed buzzards. Ever since they began nesting across the chasm, we have spent more hours wiping their droppings off our tomes than doing research of any sort. I ask you not to eradicate the entire species. The buzzard is a clever bird, still a 4 or so, and I suspect the rest of the flock will find somewhere else to roost. It's a pretty cool looking statue there. Probably not as impressive as all the Sith statues. Do not look down, Claudian. You must not. You will not. You cannot look. Ah! By the 12th, my good man, you frightened me half to death. But you must forgive me. I've been a bit restless of late. What with those winged nightmares swooping in from every which direction, pecking and poking and pricking at me. I might as well pack up my instruments and go home, as I won't be getting any ounce of research done. If, however, a kind adventurer like yourself were to use these scarecrows to drive the birds away, it would be another story. What do you say? On the trail of a masked man? Aye, I've heard of him, but only in hushed tones and faint whispers. It's said he wears a black hooded robe, and looks right suspicious. And that's about all I can say, little though it is. Nice to see that lever man is missing. Have I seen a masked man wearing a dark robe? No, I haven't, nor do I wish to. Business is bad enough without shady characters lurking about. Folk have been giving Highbridge a wide berth because of all the current raids. None but the most devout of pilgrims are willing to come here anymore. Hello over there. I'm putting down your scarecrows. Can't tell, is that a windmill? Probably. There's a wheel turning. So that might be what's making all the noise. Used to frighten cloudkin away from farms and gardens. Despite the name, it has little effect on crows. It's sort of a windmill. Not like any kind I've ever seen before, though. Hopefully this quest will lead to a Hawk Manor rather than Little Alamico. Because I don't remember what's supposed to be next. Do not look... Oh, you've seen to the birds, have you? Splendid work, friend. Now, to head back down and return to my research. Worry not, I'll be along any moment now. Be on your way. Greetings. Thanks to you, friend, my research has finally gotten off the ground. So many discoveries to be made, and ancient wonders to be restored. And yet I have only these two hands with which to do my work. If only I could convince the Order of the potential significance of my work. Perhaps they would be willing to dispatch aid. I have here a report of my findings thus far. Might you be so kind as to deliver it to Kyokyozo at Thal's Respite? Free of savage peckings and buzzard droppings at last. I cannot thank you enough, friend. When I make my next historic discovery, you may take pride in knowing that you helped make it possible. Judging by your expression, I take it you didn't learn much of use. Look, I'm sorry for my rudeness earlier. It's just that things are tough for us merchants at the moment. The Kikern raids are so constant, so organized, we're beginning to suspect that someone is orchestrating it all. I tend to put my own welfare first, like most of us do, but that doesn't mean I'm a bad person. I promise to keep an eye out for your masked man. If I see or hear anything, you'll be the first to know. Well, have you brought the verbal blood I asked for? If so, then hand it over, and quickly now. Deep crimson lifeblood of void scent verbal. Those were void scent? Remarkably, one of the hirsute creatures contains less than a half score of drops. At long last, my friend, you're a godsend. Now, how did it go? Yes, stir twice, a dash of spittle, shake thrice, more, and voila! Well, what are you waiting for, friend? Grab yourself a dollop and start spreading! My scalp cries out for succor. Oh, and do try not to miss the spot. A potent potation containing the blood of a freshly slain verbal, ground maramo, and several other grotesque ingredients that are best left unspoken. Oh, my, that tingles. Why, I can already feel my pores opening. In no time at all, I'll have flowing locks of foam long. I can't thank you enough, friend. What with the sun beating down the way it does in these parts, a bald pate is a potentially fatal affliction. I finally got some honest-to-God's information on your masked man. Am I so confident? Because I saw him with my own two eyes. I was out for an evening stroll, minding my own business, when I noticed a column of smoke rising from a cliff over at Thul's Respite. Curious, I took myself there to find a masked man. Your masked man, I'm sure of it, standing by a fire. As if in answer, some Kikern appeared soon after, and the group began talking at length. I'm afraid I was too far out of earshot to hear much of anything. After the group had dispersed, an idea came to me. If you were to use the smoldering coal to start a fire, you might be able to arrange a similar meeting. It will be dangerous, I shouldn't doubt, but you've proven yourself more than a match for a pack of rats. So what do you think? That some sound reliable information, even if I do say so myself. Well worth all the lingering about you've been doing, wouldn't you say? Welcome, adventurer. May you find respite from your hardships. You bring a report from Claudian of Highbridge. A most welcome surprise indeed. I was prepared to wait months before that young one made any significant progress. What's this? The ruins date back to the latter Beladian era, and housed the final resting place of Lalafuto the Fourth himself? The historical implications of this research are beyond anything the Order had imagined. I must arrange for additional researchers and supplies to be sent to Highbridge immediately. Adventurers, merchants, travelers, Thal's Respite is always open to those who seek a momentary reprieve from the hardships of the road. In the past, we welcomed countless multitudes through these doors. Sadly, the growing presence of hostile beast tribes and savage creatures now deters many from making the pilgrimage. A shame, is it not? Perhaps you could come to our aid. The most fearsome of the local fauna is the axbeak. Were you to thin the flock, say by 4 birds or so, I do believe these halls would be far more approachable. Yeah, it looks like I'm going to be going to let me go next. My adventuring friend, a traveling merchant and his family just walked through our doors not moments ago. Each encounter is a blessing that would not have come to pass had those fearsome fowl continued to run rampant outside our halls. For this, I thank you. I am loath to trouble you again, but you have proven yourself a friend to the Order. I have an urgent missive to be delivered to Hihebaru of Highbridge, or to be precise, a petition. The Order would entreat Highwind Skyways to establish regular flights between Highbridge and Ul'dah. Such flights would greatly ease the travels of pilgrims to Thal's Respite, not to mention stimulate commerce in the area. It is for the latter reason that we believe Hihebaru and his fellow merchants will lend us their support. Go now, and may the traders watch over your journey. A message from Sister Kyokyozo. Whatever business could the order have with a common trader like me? Well, I'll be. A petition for regular airship service between Highbridge and Ul'dah. Ha! The idea is so bloody brilliant. I'm right ashamed not to have thought it up myself. Business would simply go through the roof. I'll add my signature and deliver it to High Wind Skyways straight away. Now, if only someone would deal with those bloody Kikern, Highbridge would be a trader's paradise. Back so soon? Were you able to find any clues leading to your masked man? Paper award inscribed with a prayer to the patron deity of Alamigo, Walger. This scroll! It bears a prayer to Walger the Destroyer. In case you're unfamiliar, Walger is the guardian deity of Alamigo, which is currently under Garlean rule. It's highly uncommon for a folk of other nations to revere him. I'd wager my last guild that your assailant was Alamigan. It seems this masked man of yours is very well connected. I must confess, the merchant in me envies such a diverse network of contacts. The self-same merchant also senses danger ahead, and darkness besides. Are you certain you'd rather not take things nice and slow here at Highbridge? The Alamigan bandit you had a run-in with is somehow connected to your masked man of mystery. So it stands to reason that if you want to pick up the trail again, you should head toward Little Alamigo, over in southern Thanalan. Just so you know what to expect, the settlement is the favored destination for those refugees who couldn't adapt to life in Ul'dah. The hearts of the denizens are said to be as barren as the wasteland they live in, and for all intents and purposes, it's a lawless place. Be prepared for a not-so-warm welcome. Now, I'm not certain how much a help she will be, but it just so happens I have a daughter who has relocated to Little Alamigo. Her name is Hihira, and it shouldn't hurt to seek her out first. And while you have her attention, I'd be obliged if you could send my love. Not a day goes by that I don't think of her. I suppose this is it, then. I had hoped that you would linger here a while, pull some fiends, spend some coin, what have you. But something tells me you're destined for greater things. Wherever it is you end up, I wish you the best. Why, yes. Hihebaru's my father. He said what? I wish I could be a better daughter to him. It's just that... Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't bother you with family matters, but I am grateful to you for delivering the message. Now then, what brings you here? A masked man. I'm afraid the description doesn't ring any bells, but one of the others here may have seen something. I would recommend you first speak with Gundebold, the leader of the settlement. I must warn you, though, he isn't exactly accommodating to outsiders. Who are you? State your business and be quick about it. Even for a masked villain, you say? And why would we help you, pray? We struggle enough without having to answer the whim of every outsider. You are not welcome here. Begone. Okay, I think I'm gonna stop there right now. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye.